Good. How about you?
Hey guys, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm looking for a place to grow my business and to network. Where can I go?
You've come to the right place. You should be going to the Power Breakfast.
That's right, Andrew. The Power Breakfast is the place for entrepreneurs and small business owners to access the expertise, tools, and resources they need to compete effectively.
Today's Power Breakfast was powerful. That's the only word that I could come up with.
Our featured guest speaker, Michael Dermer, author of the book The Lonely Entrepreneur, shared the story of how he learned how to thrive under the pressure of being an entrepreneur, along with his strategies for achieving small business success.
I think one of the things that the Power Breakfast does is it brings people together from all different walks of life and different types of businesses. So the insights you get here are very much aligned with the mission of The Lonely Entrepreneur, which is how do you actually get better at being an entrepreneur? And the Power Breakfast is a really good source of information to do that.
Everyone who attended benefited from learning new business strategies and strengthening their professional networks.
To welcome you all here, and I do what he says. So he said to come up here, and I sit up here while the video plays because that's what he directed me to do. So the fact that you're here means that you're truly invested in your business and making the world a better place, because that's what business owners do. My name is Io Sanderson-Wilson. I'm the founder and CEO of Empower the Village. We are a data-driven nonprofit focusing on the restoration of power, peace, and prosperity to the Black community. I'm thrilled to have one of my board members here today, Jack Cox, who's there in the back, and several other friends. There's Jack.
I do what she said.
That's the way it works. So I'm just thrilled to be here because I've been to many Power Breakfasts before, because this is the place where you get the opportunity to learn, but you also network and meet the people who can open the next door of opportunity for you. So I'm excited about the agenda for today. I want to thank Andrew for the opportunity. We were thrilled to be able to be one of the sponsors, and hopefully you'll stop by the table and learn more about Power of the Village, what we're trying to do for the community. And with that, I will allow him to click another button because there's a video that's going to play, and then Andrew will come to the front. So enjoy your day.
Many small businesses experience low or no revenue growth, and the owners are not making enough money.
Many small businesses experience low or no revenue growth, and the owners are not making enough money. I founded the Small Business Pro University to help business owners break that cycle by empowering them with greater knowledge and enhanced skills to lead their companies more effectively. Over the past 15 years, I've worked one-on-one with more than 1,000 business owners and taught tens of thousands of people about business. My experience includes serving as a Navy officer, graduating from MIT, earning an MBA from NYU, and achieving the CFA designation. Small Business Pro University empowers entrepreneurs like you to run their businesses more professionally and create sustainable enterprises. Small Business Pro University provides access to valuable resources, partnerships, and relationships that will help you to grow revenue, increase profit, and obtain financing faster and easier. Our Masterpreneur initiatives include more than 100 expert-led multimedia courses and training programs with more than 2,500 lessons. The Small Business Pro Network, our private community for entrepreneurs. Leadership Live at 8:05, Talking Small Business, our weekly live stream and podcast. Advanced Learning Institutes focused on revenue generation, profit maximization, and capital acquisition. And the Power Breakfast series, in-person events where business owners learn best practices, enjoy great networking, and gain useful knowledge. If you want to sell more and make more, you need to check out Small Business Pro University. Visit our website at www.sbprou.com.
Our breakfast is not just a networking event, it's an experience. So we look forward to you having a great experience today. We've been doing this for over 10 years, and it's resulted in tens of millions of dollars of financing for the people who have attended, more than tens of millions of dollars of business for people doing business together. Every session we have people who have been here many times and people who it's their first time. Raise your hand if this is your first time at the Power Breakfast. Whoa. Raise your hand if you've been here at least 3 times. All right. Raise your hand if you've been here at least 5 times. All right. Raise your hand if you've been here at least 10 times. We got a couple. Well, welcome everyone. So what our mission today is to Supercharging Day. We're going to focus on helping you learn best practices, enjoy great networking, and gain useful knowledge. And as a bonus, you have great food for the breakfast. So that's what the Power Breakfast is all about. So we want you to rate us at the end to let us know, did we supercharge your day? So did you learn something new? Did you meet someone new? Did you leave here more excited and energized about going back and being more successful with your business? Because that's what we're doing here today. That's what it's all about. So last night, we got started early with the Power Network event, which was great. We had it in Newark, and we partnered with other organizations to really have a great network. Who was here last night? Okay, excellent, excellent. So one of the organizations we partnered with is the Enterprise Center. And we had it at the Enterprise Center, which is new up north. They just opened up in Newark an office in October. And the guy who runs the Enterprise Center has actually been to more than 10 Power Breakfasts, and that's Jeff Dunn. So he's just going to take 1 minute to say a little bit about what they are and what they do. You said 3.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing, everybody?
Good morning.
My name is Jeffrey Dunn, and basically, if you're going to be in a networking event, you have to do an elevator pitch. So I'm going to do an elevator pitch right now, okay? My name is Jeffrey Dunn, and I am a second-generation entrepreneur. I own an incubator in Plainfield, New Jersey, for well over 25 years. I've helped numerous businesses. My family business was a government contractor, and basically we had over $14 million of sales. And make a long story short, we knew how to manage government procurement. I'm sharing that knowledge by working through the TEC, the Enterprise Center in Philadelphia. It exists for over 30 years. Make a long story short, they have office in Camden and Newark. I run the Newark office. I look forward to helping anyone who needs help in regard to government or private sector procurement. We have funding, we have expertise, and we have resources to help you and take you to the next level. For those who are interested, I'll give you my telephone number. You ready? 908-616-9662. Let me repeat that. 908-616-9662. The reason why I have come to Power Breakfast well over 10 times is because it's always powerful, fed, powerful in regard to the speakers, powerful in regard to the network, powerful in regard to the ambiance of just the place to be where CEOs can empower CEOs. Because I have a saying, iron sharpens iron. And the only way you're going to go to the next level is when you are with people who are your level or higher. If you're the smartest person in the circle, you're in the wrong circle.
Thank you, Jeff. So definitely he's a good person to go see. And, let's see where we're going from here. I'm just going to do this, which will hopefully take care of the feedback. Okay. All right. So, with events like this, you really we really need support, and we're creating an entrepreneurial ecosystem. And one of the things about support is partners, and we're going to talk about partnerships
attractive morning group. Are we all excited for today's power breakfast? Yeah. So let me just share with you quickly, and I swear I'm not going to do the pony dance, Jimmy. No. Not today. But what I do want to share with everyone is that I came to my first power breakfast about a year and a half ago. I saw Andrew's mission and just the passion that he brings to deliver these resources to small business owners. And I said to myself, and I said to the people that make the decisions in the bank, this is a partner, this is a relationship that I want to grow. And with that said, we are going to be sponsoring for the rest of the year the Power Breakfasts, because we see the value that these sessions bring to you all today. And I'm proud to develop this relationship with Andrew and meet all of you and listen to your stories. And if you get a chance today or no, please make sure that you stop by and meet my partners. We are right over at the table on the corner. I brought some tchotchkes and I don't want to carry that stuff back, so please grab one. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Linda. Thank you, Lakeland Bank, and as well, they're going to have 10 copies of my books for the first 10 entrepreneurs or business owners that come and say hello to me. So, definitely they want to make an effort to do that. We also have other sponsors here as well for the tables. We've got NJVP, New Jersey Manufacturing Experience Program. They work with manufacturers throughout the state. And we've got Mike here and Jeff. And do we have a third person or just you guys? Oh, okay. And your name is Aaron. Okay, so go check them out. The other thing that's great about manufacturing in New Jersey is there's all kinds of jobs. So if you know someone who needs a job, and they have training programs for free. So definitely pick up that type of information, because manufacturing jobs generally pay better than a lot of jobs also. So at JVP, we've also got Archer's Contact Solutions, and that's Gene Bahinsky. He's over at the table there, and they focus on providing high quality virtual assistants. And out of the Philippines, Gene has works with, I guess, over 40 companies, providing 50 full-time virtual assistants. And one of them is mine, and she's amazing. If you've seen this year, all my graphics are 5 times as good as they were last year. The last video you saw, she edited it, put it together, and even my social media and a lot of other things. So having a partner like that at a reasonable cost for a small business is huge. We've also got One Books. That's Robert in the back there. One of the biggest problems most entrepreneurs and business owners have is their financial side and their bookkeeping. And it's hard to find someone who does good bookkeeping as well. And Robert really does that virtually. And he's got many years experience. They work with almost 100 businesses, and he has capacity. And the best part is he's really good and he's reasonable. So check him out if you need some help with bookkeeping and accounting, because they work with people I know and my clients and do a great job. So that's One Books. And then we've got New York Life Business Solutions, and we've got Mark Lewis is going to be here, and then he was here last night, and then Juan Vasquez, raise your hand so the people over there can see you, and just you for him? Yes. Okay, great. So welcome, and New York Life's partnered with them for many years. I actually know Mark Lewis from 20 years ago when I was at New York Life, and I bought one of my first life insurance policies from him. So it's amazing how you continue to build relationships and you run into similar people and you spend time. So you just never know where things are, and maybe things aren't going to happen overnight, but a lot of good things can happen if you maintain relationships. We've also got different partnerships here. Our speaker, his company is moving forward small business. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. The Positive Community magazine. You can see there's issues of the Positive Community on the table. Check them out, take it with you, and you'll learn about, there's not a lot of organizations who focus on talking about positive things. Usually in the US now, it's more about if it bleeds, it leads. So, you want to have, positive news, Positive Community magazine. I'm sorry. The Matthews broadcast, Stan Matthews, they're growing throughout the country. They've got several different networks and over 1,000 members. So they're doing some great things, and we're partnering this year to provide education and training. We've got Empower the Village, so you heard from Io, and you can come check her out at the table. And they do some great things for African American entrepreneurs. So you need to go and learn a little bit about what they do. Perfect Pitch Group, Precious the Killer Pitch Master. So enough said. And then The Way, we got Kimmy Way here, and she brings her sons, and definitely you've been to at least 10 Power Breakfasts as well. So
Love you, Andrew.
appreciate that. And Jason Martin, there he is. He's doing video, J. Martin Productions. So it's not just him, he has a production company. So depending on your needs for video, photos, he's full service. So something to look at. And then that's everything. Excellent. So no, definitely a lot of great partnerships. And we're going to talk more about why partnerships are so important. And that's what our panel's about, maximizing your success with partnerships. And we've got some great panelists who all partner with other organizations and other people in their own way. So looking forward to that. We're going to take a little break between the morning session and the panel, but definitely something you want to check out. And what we're looking forward to. The featured guest speaker, Jimmy Newson. I've been knowing him for several years now. One of the sharpest people I know in terms of digital marketing and AI. He speaks all over the world on those topics, and I think you'll enjoy hearing from him today. I'm sure you'll learn some things. I always learn things, and he keeps it entertaining as well. So I'll invite Jimmy Newson up to really share his expertise with us.
Oh, the hair. Look at that. Let's give Andrew a round of applause. I'm going to set myself a little timer here because I can tend to talk a bit. So Andrew, quick question. How much time do I now have?
You can still do what you're talking about.
All right, so here you go. I'm just going to set a timer because I love this topic. So start. See that here? Wow. How you doing? Yeah, look, I got a friend here. I'm going to say hi. I met her last night. You're so cool. She was at the nighttime part. I'm shy. And I'm an introvert. One of those two are true. Which one? Introvert. But I love talking about what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about digital transformation. Anybody know what that is? You cool with it? You understand it? We good? I don't have to make up something off the spot. I can stick with it? All right. So let me ask you a question. How many of you are using AI right now? So quite a few people. How many of you think you use it very, very well? Okay. I would like to give you as a gift a program that we just finished for free called Creating Your First Quiz for Gamification Using AI. Do you want that? You're going to have some fun. I'm excited about that. So let me go ahead and just jump right in because I don't want Andrew to get mad at me and never invite me to another power breakfast. That would be devastating. So today we're going to talk about digitizing your way to more profit. So I'll start by giving you guys an idea of who I am real quick. My name is Newson. I am the founder and CEO of Moving Forward Small Business. I'm going to shout out over here to my man Andrew. Well, yes, good job. And we're on a mission to save 1 million small businesses from failure by 2050, leveraging innovation, technology, and strategy. Our vision is to be the #1 support system for small businesses globally. So we've got ourselves a bit of a task here because the small businesses are the foundation of the economy, not just here in the United States, but around the world. We have the power. The problem that I see is most small businesses don't realize how much power they actually have. And our job is to figure out how to make sure that they understand that and how do they make sure that they can leverage that. So, by show of hands, how many people are actually consider themselves small businesses? So about a little bit more than half the room. Good. And how many of you guys consider yourself entrepreneurs? So a little bit less, but we all are both small businesses and entrepreneurs. Okay? And then we have those that help. So I get the opportunity to work with a lot of the bigger brands, the global brands, and take that knowledge and go, how can we leverage that information for small businesses? So the topic we're going to talk about today is around digital transformation. And even though it sounds like a big word, there's a lot of moving parts, there is a lot of opportunity for us as small business owners to take advantage of that. And that's what excites me the most because this allows us to do things, partner with organizations that are 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times bigger than us, and we still have a good majority of the power. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Does that work? Can I do a little dance? A little dance. See? That's for you. All right? So, there's definitely something wrong with me. I'm sorry. So the CEO of Microsoft says digital transformation is about reimagining how you bring people, data, and processes to create value for your customers and maintain a competitive advantage in a digital-first world. This is where we are now. So when we're looking at how do we work with people, I always think, we always tend to underestimate the amount of power we have or the amount of people we have in our own backyard. So we can focus there to get a foundation, to build our foundation. But the real opportunity is once we're able to leverage a digital transformation, we're able to now go beyond our own barriers. We're able to do things. How would you like to be able to make sales in another country, never step foot in that country, and never even talk to the person that you're making the sale to? I've done that. And it's such a powerful way of getting things done. And I had to actually reverse and go, I'm missing all the opportunities in my own backyard. So now you get to press do that again, bro. Click, 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 click. There we go. So the opportunities based on what you want to do are always there. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about expectations. We're going to talk about the importance of a digital transformation for a small business. We're going to talk about 6 steps to a digital transformation for your business. We're going to list a number of processes. I gave 6 last night because I didn't want to give them the whole 12. I wanted them to show up here. All right? And only one person listened. 2 people. Maybe 3, maybe 4, I don't know. Okay? And then we're going to talk about some tools. So the question is, what is a digital transformation? A digital transformation is not social media. It's not doing social posts. It's not writing a blog article. It's about leveraging technology in every aspect of your business. Every single aspect of your business. And when you're able to do that, we're able to improve efficiency. We're able to get things done. We can move at the speed of 4 to 5 people with 1 person. So when people talk about, AI is going to replace people, it's going to take jobs, as far as I'm concerned, no, it's not. What it's going to do is going to allow you and those around you to do more meaningful things in their job, to become more like a thought leader, to become more strategic, to contribute better, to move forward the business in a more positive and direct way and create more meaning and purpose in their own lives. That's what I think digital transformation and all this technology can do for us. Okay? So let's talk about the importance of digital transformation. One, it allows us to meet the customers where they are. Whether we want to or not, we need to be where they are, especially if we have deemed that they are the type of people we need to go after. And this is why I want to give you that first gift, which is this gamification tool, because this is one of the most exciting technologies out there that can do so much across so many different aspects of your business. And by the way, this slide deck, don't worry about taking notes. I'm giving this to you. So I will give you a QR code, see right there for you, and you're going to be able to get all of this stuff in one place, and you don't even have to opt in. Yeah, I don't need your name. I don't need your email. Would I like your name and your email? Yes. But you would decide if you want to give it to me. Did I earn it? Did I give you enough value? When you're able to do that, and you can do that at scale, woo! Love it, okay? The digital transformation enhances businesses by automating tasks, supporting database decisions, and improving customer experience across all touch points. So that's the key to automation. Again, I am not looking to work as hard as I used to work. You might even call me a bit lazy now. But if you want to go a little better, you just call me smarter. I like that. Okay? Because I need to work smarter, not harder. You know, I've been able to, in the last year, be on 3 different continents. And now I realize that I have to do a better job of bringing all these people together. And the best way to do it is through having some type of digital platform, an opportunity for me to connect the dots. People get mad at me because I refuse to leave my house. Why do I refuse to leave my house? There's only a very few people that I will come out of the house for. And that guy right there is one of them. All right? Why? Because I can get more done. I can travel farther with my computer than I can if I stepped out my front door. And it costs me less. So I save some money. 15% to be exact. Okay? A digital transformation boosts efficiency, improves customer satisfaction, and personalizes the experience. What if you can create a quiz? Let's go back to this quiz. What if you can create a quiz to not only qualify the exact target audience that you want, but make it so personalized that every time someone takes that quiz, it doesn't give you just 4 different canned versions of what you can give them, but it gives them the exact thing they need to hear. I mean, to the T. That's what this type of technology can do when programmed properly. And you don't necessarily have to be a programmer. Well, you don't have to be a programmer at all. What you do have to do is one of my 3 pillars, strategy. You don't have a small business, you don't have a small business problem, you don't have a digital marketing problem, you don't have an HR problem, you don't have a finance problem, you have a strategy problem. Strategy is always the foundation of everything. And when you have a strong foundation around strategy, everything you put on top of that has a better chance of success. Would you agree? Okay. So, let's get into our 6 steps for digital transformation for a small business, for your small business, for the small business. Who thinks they have the small business? One person? Come on now. Who thinks they have the small business? Because if you're not raising your hand, you don't think your business is worth it. What's up with that? Why are you smiling? Why are you laughing? You want to dance off? I really want to do this. Okay, step 1, assess your current digital capabilities. You need to understand what you're already working with. When it comes to leveraging technology, I always say you have to think about, one, what is it that you're trying to do? You don't just jump on a trend. I'm going to do this. Like, I'm giving you access to this training that we just finished doing. But you shouldn't do it if it doesn't align with what you're trying to achieve, your business goals. Just because I tell you it's good doesn't mean it's good for you at that moment. So you need to have a strategy in place, and as you take the training, you figure out, does this fit? Is this the next step? Will this help me continue to move forward towards the vision of my organization? Will this help support the team members based on the objectives and the goals and the projects that we've already assigned ourselves to for the next 3 months, 6 months, year? Okay? So you want to do an assessment of any of the tools you're currently using. When it comes to investing in technology, I like a thing called open source. An opportunity for us to integrate that tool with other tools. So I do not have to abandon that tool later when a better tool comes out and start all over again from scratch. Okay, so that's a requirement when it comes to evaluating tools to help you grow your business. Okay, identify the gaps. And these gaps are based on, what am I trying to achieve? Again, going back to my business strategy. When I know what my strategy is all about, and here's my definition of a strategy. You got the vision at the top. That's the next 5, 10, 20 years. Under that, you've got, from the vision, you've got your focus areas. What are the 3 things we're going to focus on for the next year? Under your focus area, you have your objectives. The objectives are, what are the things that's going to help us reach the focus areas which support the vision? Then you got your values. This is how you behave. How am I supposed to behave as I move forward with this? And my values also don't apply to me, but they apply to the people that work with me, for me, and also the people who are actually buying from me. And when all of that's in alignment, now I can determine, well, what tools do I need to use to make all of this come true? Okay? So ensure the tools, the digital tools and solutions align with the business goals and support your strategic objectives. And then regularly review. Regularly review all of this stuff to make sure that it's still true today as it was yesterday. Okay? Next, number 2, develop a strategic digital transformation plan. Where do we start? Develop a unified digital transformation vision and strategy for coordinating execution. The reason most strategies fail is because of lack of alignment. When I say lack of alignment, that means no one was assigned the opportunity, or no one was assigned to make sure that something happens. You come up with the concept, you come up with the idea, you need to put a name next to that. Somebody has to be responsible for that, and if they don't deliver, they need to be held accountable. So it's not rocket science, it's just the fact that we just don't do a great job of making sure that every aspect of what it's going to take to make this thing happen is assigned properly. You can use a tool. Here's my first tool, Cascade. Cascade is a strategy management tool. And guess what? It's free for small businesses. Cascade.app, A-P-P. Okay, we use that a lot in our community at Moving Forward Small Business. Why? Again, because it's free. And you get to manage your strategy just like you would use Asana on Monday to manage a project. And now you can see how well am I on point to achieve this strategy. And that strategy could be 6 months, a year, 5 years. But you can measure. I love data as much as I love my daughter. Don't tell her I said that. Hopefully she's not watching. Okay? But data is the most important thing that we have available to us as small businesses. And if you can't read data, that is the first thing I want you to learn how to do. Okay? Let's keep going. Prioritize customer experience. At the end of the day, we're in the customer service business. We're in the problem-solving business. We don't take care of them, we have no business. Now, of course, it's to be said that, of course, you have to take care of your employees, your staff, people that support. But the objective is to prioritize how we deal with the customer. So your digital transformation is focused on improving customer experiences through engaging, personalized interactions, and then being able to see what they do. Here's another tool, Crazy Egg. Everybody here have a website? Okay? How many of you guys monitor how people interact with that website? Show your hands. Okay? So, now I'm not talking about Google Analytics. I'm not talking about Google Search Console. That is a given. I'm talking about a tool that actually measures user experience. You see where they came in, you see where they go out. You see what happens on the page. You can see your new users versus your returning visitors. You can see what country they came from. You can see the digital path. This is digital transformation. Very affordable, but it allows you to see how well your website truly performs and how user-friendly it is. Because people expect things yesterday, unfortunately. So how do we deal with that? So when you can leverage a tool like Crazy Egg, this tool, so I'll give you an example. So I had a client and they worked with an influencer and they drove a lot of traffic to a page. And this tool can give you a heat map. It tells you where the hottest part of the page is. Where do people end up? Now they drive into the page, and this influencer is one of the top 10 influencers in the world. Okay? But people scroll past him. They got this big picture of him. Okay? And so they think that's important. But people scroll down, they go straight to the product. So what does that tell you? This is where you have to start thinking about the data. What I said is, this page needs to be totally redesigned. They're like, yeah, but people came to it because of him. I go, so they already know him. That is no longer important. If they're going straight to the product, that's a beautiful thing. Put that product at the very top, what we call above the fold, because that's where they're there. You're making it harder for them to get where the place they want to go. Now, if it was cold traffic, then maybe that's important to have him up there. But they already know him. They don't need to see him again. Now, if it's important to you to have him there, then you make him small. Here's one thing I hate to hear for small businesses. Can you make my logo bigger? I hate that more than anything. Why? Because nobody cares about your logo. I don't care about my own logo. What I care about is the experience that I provide. What I care about is the fact that I need to make sure that they know that I have their best interests at heart. And especially at the top and the middle of the funnel. What am I going to do to make sure that you know that I know what you're thinking and that I can solve your problem? After the fact, oh, by the way, did you see my logo? Okay? So let's talk about CRMs. How many are using CRMs right now? Okay? A little less than half the room. HubSpot, free for life. Good for B2B. It can work for B2C, but here's the problem that B2C, that's business to consumer, people misunderstand when it comes to B2B tools. You still have a B2B audience. Who's that audience? Your partners. The people that you want to partner with to continue to serve the B2C audience. So you still should be leveraging some type of tool like this so you can keep track of the conversations. You can keep track of all the interactions. You can integrate it with your website so you can see where they're going, what pages they're interacting with, what PDF downloads they may have downloaded. You can see this data. I want to freak out or nothing, but I can see when people open my emails. Okay? I can see how many times. I can see what they clicked on. And when you have this data, you also have another level of responsibility. Do not misuse that trust. So don't call people up and go, I saw that you looked at 8 of my pages and you downloaded my thing, and so when you want to go get dinner, because that's going to freak them out. What you have to do is develop a strategy around that and go, what am I going to do with this information? You know, and it's really about trying to make it a little bit more about leveraging that data to go, I see a lot of people are doing this. Let's go back to the quiz again. So where would you, if you created a really great high converting quiz, where would you place it? Well, you need data. Data's going to say, here are the top 5 pages on my website. Okay? And of these pages, These 3 are blog posts and these 2 are products. Now, immediately, I can continue a conversation around whatever the topic is of that blog post, or what is it going to take for me to create something that's going to make somebody understand how much they might need this product or service. So it's never about you just coming out from out of nowhere to figure out how to leverage this technology. You use data to figure out, what do I want to accomplish? I want to sell more from this page. I want to get someone to go from here to this, from point A to point B, and now I'm going to leverage this technology to push them there further. I know where I'm at. I know where I want to go. These are the things that we want to think about here. Number 4, foster a digital community, a culture within your community. What does that mean? That means that I need buy-in from everybody that has to use this technology. And sometimes that can be very hard. I have a client out of Atlanta, and they have 2 salespeople. They do extremely well. They sell vending machines. You know how many clicks we get them every single month? About 12 to 17,000. They've been with us for quite a long time. So who's going to go to a vending machine website? Somebody who wants a vending machine. They didn't end up there by accident. So we've worked a long time to make sure that people go. So even if half those clicks are bogus, they don't have a pipe problem. They don't have a problem with prospects. So now, but their problem is now based on these 2 sales reps. So we're trying to automate the process. One sales rep is all for it. The other one's not. Why do we need to do things differently? I think it's working fine. Where we're losing because you refuse to evolve. So we are trying to figure out ways to get him to go, look, this is not meant to replace you. It's meant to give you a better opportunity to close more so you'll make more. But also the fact that you're holding up progress for the organization. So I said to the organization, you have to make a decision. Always do this years of, I don't want to be mean, but we have to grow this business. And it's, again, and so it can be a delicate situation. So I'm not telling them to fire him, but we have to figure out a way to get him on board and see that there's an opportunity, not a threat. We have to leverage technology, especially as a small business. We don't have the same budgets as these big brands. We don't have the same resources as these big brands, but we don't need to make the same amount of money as them to keep our doors open. So we can still actually be more profitable if we're smart about it. Okay? Number 5, implement technology solutions and automated processes. So people ask me all the time, what tools should I be using? I tell them, I look them straight in the eye, and I go, I have no clue. Why? Because I need to know more about you. I need to understand where you were, where you are, and where you're trying to go. And that, again, becomes your business strategy. If you don't know these things, you're going to be spinning your wheels until the wheels fall off. Let's keep the wheels on. Car moves better that way. Okay? So, align technologies with your business goals to optimize solutions, shift from repetitive tasks to strategic roles. I, again, love technology so much to make sure that I know that I get probably, the amount of work I get done is probably, that was my timer. Shh, messing it up for me. Okay, man, messed up my whole thought pattern. Okay, yes. So I work at the speed of light. Another reason why I don't like to leave. I can be so productive in a day. It's scary, but I've gotten used to it. Now, when I talk about technology, I know it can be hard and scary at the beginning. It's just like riding a bike. You just have to do it. And then you'd be surprised at how did I ever not do this? And that's when the excitement kicks in. And you're just like, yeah, I want more of this. You ever see The Matrix, and he puts the thing in the back of the head, and then he goes, how do you feel? He goes, I know judo. That's what we're talking about here. But it's business judo. You good? Yeah. All right, almost done here. Step 6, this is the most important part. Measure, learn, adapt. I do nothing by my gut other than feed it. That's it. Everything else is backed by data. So you need those data points, and you learn those data points, and you learn how to read them and what to do with them. And when you're able to do that, you're setting clear KPIs. Here's a little thing about KPIs. There's 2 types of KPIs. They're called leading indicators and lagging indicators. Okay? Lagging indicators is when I say, what do you want to achieve? And they go, we need to make $50,000 more this year. That's a lagging indicator. Why? Because it tells me nothing about how we're going to do it. And now, if you give that to your team, and your team could be other people on your team, employees, or your vendors, everybody's going to have their own idea of what that is, which splits everybody up onto their own paths, and now you get nothing done. Then you have what's called a leading indicator. The leading indicator says we are going to increase our revenue by $50,000 by implementing a new strategy around chatbots. Now, everybody's got to buy into the chatbot and figure out how do they work to contribute to the chatbot success, which then will contribute to the overall goal of increasing our revenue by $50,000. That's how you keep people focused. Don't focus on the dollars, focus on a strategy that's going to bring in the dollars every single time. I'm sorry, I'm not yelling. Just getting hot up here. Okay. Continuously learn and adapt. As much as I think I know about this, I'm in training just as much as I provide them. Okay? So I have to stay up. And the beautiful thing about any consultant, and I know there's quite a few in the digital world, raise your hand if you're in the digital space. I know there's a few of you. You need to talk to these people. Their job is to keep up with technology because there's so much more technology today than there was yesterday that it's almost impossible. When we did the AI training, which I'll share with you, we ended up demoing 3 different tools. They all did similarly the same thing, but there was uniquenesses between each one of those tools. So my job is to make it easier for you to go, this is the one. Because if not, you have to invest that time. And if you've got the time to do it, that's great. But if you don't, you need to lean on someone. You need to build that team. And you need to make sure that they're smart enough to do things that you can't figure out. Okay, I've heard that thing quite a bit. So here's a list of processes, all 12, that you can start to optimize, you think about. And so the cue here is when I show these 12, is not to write them all down and try to do them. The key here is to look at them and go, which ones are closest to what we're trying to achieve? That's where I start. Okay? I did that part. So we go here. So we got customer service and support. Probably one of the easiest ones. Not so easy, but it could be easy. And that's just a chatbot. Now, for those who have chatbots, the next step in chatbots is AI chatbots, which I can't explain to you how different that is to just a basic chatbot. A whole nother level. Okay? We've got inventory management, data analysis, and decision making. This one's a big one. Again, we need to make decisions as leaders. So if we can make the best decisions possible, why not? Leverage digital and technology to do so. Human resources and recruitment. You can create an AI quiz that can actually help you simplify your hiring process. That's great, okay? Marketing and advertising, supply chain management, financial operations, okay? How many of you guys have a business plan? Okay? How many people have looked at their business plan in the last week? Ooh, I'm impressed. A couple of you. You need to be looking at that. I have a standing thing in my calendar where I have to look at my business plan every single week. Okay? And I use a tool, so it's another tool, called Live Plan. Okay? Digitization. Okay? And that allows me to build a business plan in record time. Of course, it's AI fortified. And then I can tie it into other tools. And now I can see things update in real time. And I can do everything from competitor analysis, adding that stuff in there. I can add a new product and then figure out the price of that product. And then estimate the probability of sales on that product over the next 5 years. And then it spits back out to me all the things I need to understand about that. That is digitizing what used to be done on a Word document that I would never look at after it was finally given to me by some dude or some dudette or whoever. I like doing that. I wish I had hair. Product development, training and development, healthcare delivery, e-commerce, and e-commerce. Okay, so these are things that you can digitize as you move forward. Okay, so looking at what we talked about here, we talked about the importance of digital transformation, the 6 steps, which includes assessing your current capabilities, developing a strategic plan, prioritizing your customer experience, fostering digital culture within your organization, implementing your technologies, measuring, learning, and adapting. Okay? So when it comes to digital assessments, SWOT analysis, one of my favorite tools of all time. Okay? I love a SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths and weaknesses, internal, that means that it has to do about you and your business, what you have to do. Threats and opportunities are things you have no control over, but they still affect your business. So you need to know what those are, and this helps you also really develop a strong strategic plan, a strategy. Okay? If you're looking at your digital maturity, you can use a tool called Gartner's Digital Maturity Model. When it comes to customer experience, software like HubSpot, Salesforce, Crazy Egg. When it comes to user experience, there's tons of tools. Crazy Egg still falls under that. When it comes to technology and implementation, as far as process tools, project management tools like Asana, Slack, Cascade, automation workflow tools like Zapier, Microsoft Power Automate. There are a plethora of tools. There is no shortage of tools. Again, it just goes back to what are we trying to achieve. So I will open it up for questions, but I also want you to be able to connect with me. So if you scan this here, this gives you access to everything. And again, you don't have to do anything, but this here is the landing page for what I talked about today. This is where you're going to get access to this deck. You're also going to get access to that free training. We have a membership, and we're going to give anyone who wants to join our membership 50% off if you sign up by the end of the day today. 30% off if you sign up by 5 days. And then the rest is just, I think it's worth it. It's not a very expensive thing. And then, of course, you have my email. One of our values is accessibility. Imagine taking a quiz or taking a program and taking a course. What is the possibility of you speaking to the person who actually created it? Little to none. You get access to me. Why? Because one of our values is accessibility. I have to make sure that I or somebody is available to talk to you and answer questions in real time. Okay? So that's one. I'll put this back up if we need. The other one is this is the actual landing page. If you just want to go that, you don't ever talk to me again. And it'll give you all that stuff so you can scan that. Look at you and your little phones. I love it. Let me tuck it down here. And then, you good? You good? Okay, I'll put it back if I need to. And then if you want to join the community, you can scan that way. Yeah! Crushed it! Yeah! Sorry. All right, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me see. Does anybody have any questions for me? Yes, Kimmy. I know your name. I follow you on social media.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. So, Jimmy, before you can automate something, you have to know what the process is that you want to automate, right? Do you have any suggestions for how to get to that point that you can define it?
Absolutely. And again, it really goes back to you need to have your vision. You need to know what your focus areas are for the year. And that tells you what you can and can't do. We get opportunities all the time. The problem is we don't have a system in place to determine, even though it's a great opportunity, if it's the right opportunity for us. We have to be able to do that. Somebody comes up to me and goes, hey, Jim, I want to partner with you on this new line of sneakers or t-shirts or a dental practice. I go, sounds great? No. Even if they go, I'm putting up all the money, it's still a no. Because my audience are small business owners and my product is teaching and training. And if I take that, that takes me away. We as entrepreneurs are notorious for having 18 side hustles. We have to stop that. I was editing one of my mentors. He did an interview with a guy who ran Fuddruckers. Anybody know what that is? And so I was editing. This is how I started to learn all this amazing stuff from these mentors. And in the interview, my mentor asked me, he goes, what happened to that great thing you were going to do? He goes, I didn't do it. He goes, yeah, but it was so perfect. Because I couldn't find the right people to do it. So I don't do it. And what that taught me, believe me, my background's in the music industry. I owned a recording studio. I was in the band. I managed the band. And I did pretty well. I traveled the world, did this stuff. But the moment I went to one or the other stopped. There's no progress. There's no growth. When we do that, we don't realize that. And we stop ourselves from succeeding because we're not putting enough time and energy into a single specific thing. What I learned from that conversation is, yeah, you can still have your side hustles, but you need to build up your main cash cow. And then you can just reinvest that into another project and just be the support for the people who need to run that. Okay? So having that strategy, know what that big vision is in place, and then that vision dictates what you do and don't do. It dictates what project, what tools you pick up to get things done, whether it's on behalf of you or the people that are saying, we're having an issue getting this done. How can I support you? What's the problem? Can we automate it? And then we look for the tool to make sure that happens. Any other questions? Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Stan Robinson, Social Sales Lane. Jim, you mentioned first, you talked briefly about open source. Can you expand on that when you talk about open source in contrast to tools like ChatGPT, where you can kind of build your own or something else?
Absolutely. Did you guys know that you can build your own ChatGPT? So a few of you do. That's open source. That means that I can leverage it in other ways. I can connect it to things. When people say, oh, I have a proprietary platform, I run because they're pretty sure that I can't integrate it with anything. Okay? And when I can't integrate it with anything, when I outgrow it, I have to start over from scratch. So when I use tools like HubSpot or ActiveCampaign or Cascade, it has native integrations with other tools that I'm already using in most cases, because I'm using some of the top tools. And now I don't have to do data entry, which is horrible. I don't have to, and I can connect it. I can see better analytics. I can see patterns because now I'm combining multiple different types of tools. So it just makes my life easier. So one of my first questions is always, what does this tool integrate with? And when they tell me it's on the pipeline, I immediately move to a competitor. When I did the training on these 3 tools, I dropped the tool that I was going to teach. The reason why I dropped the tool is because it did a horrible job of explaining how to use it. When it comes to SaaS tools, software as a service, a lot of these tools, I need those tools to do a great job in video format, not in text. There's nothing worse than trying to learn a tech tool through Word, through reading. I need to see what you mean when you say connect the XZ capacitor to blah, blah, blah. It'll take me an hour reading or 2 seconds by watching them actually do it. So I dropped it as a tool, so they lost business because I'm not getting paid for that. But again, so this is the thing, but I need to know, can it integrate with my ActiveCampaign? Can I pull my HubSpot contacts in there? And then now when my HubSpot people take the quiz, I get notified that they took the quiz because they're already in my system. Now I can look at what the quiz they took And so I may not reach out to them directly, but that now helps me dictate what programming should I probably produce next. And they go, wow, that was amazing because we're actually trying to learn that now. Yes, I know. I guess we probably have time for one more question. Then I gotta get off the stage before Andrew comes running. I don't see him. I don't see him. Oh, snap.
Thank you. I run a nonprofit, Power of the Village, and we have a lot of data. We're a data-driven nonprofit, so we've been collecting data for 5 years in so many different ways. What do you do, or do you help us audit all the places we keep our data and figure out how to integrate? Is that the service that you provide? Because that's what we need. We don't need data, we need integration.
And that's it. There's two things. It's you're either collecting it or you're analyzing it. And so yes, and that's why I say you need to understand the data. There are many different types of reports that you can run. You can run a SWOT analysis. You can run a digital audit. We actually did this with one of Jeff's clients. We ran 10 different reports from customer CRO, customer rate optimization for the website, to speed analysis, to an overall digital audit, to a social media audit. And all of this includes not only looking at your data and then using that to determine what do we go with next. Looking for the opportunities in the data. Because the data is going to tell you exactly what is actually possible. There's nothing better than historical data. And that's what it is. So when you haven't set up your Google Analytics or Google Search Console and your website has been alive for a year, you just lost a huge opportunity to start off on the right foot. So now you have to install it and now wait for that data to start to come in. So the one thing I loved about the client work with Jeff is they had a massive amount of drive. So it was easy for us to come in and analyze that and go and then match that to, well, tell us what you're trying to achieve. We need to increase revenue. We lost this. We need to do this. We need to do that. And now we look at the data and go, all right, so this is this is that. And then we look at the competition and we found some of the best. When I look at competition, I want 3 companies that are very relevant to your business. And when people say I have no competition, that is bull. There are 5 types of competitors: direct, indirect, replacement, and I forget the other 2. I'll just put it on the page. But there's 5. Okay? So here's an example of a replacement competitor, which is number 5. You're a pizza shop. You sell pizzas. All of a sudden, dad is coming home and he decides, we're going to have pizza tonight. How did I just replace you? Here's how I replaced you. You know what? Instead of us buying a pizza, we're going to have family night and make a pizza. We're going to go to the store and buy all the ingredients. That is a replacement competitor. You have been replaced. That doesn't mean that's a bad thing, but you need to know why that is, and then leverage that data accordingly to convince people who might be on the fence about, do I make a pizza or just do I buy it? Well, you need to make a case against why they should just buy it. And then some of those will win. You're helping them with the decision. They're already there. You have to meet them there. Oh, man. Calm down. Okay, here we go. So I think that might be it. Yeah, just give me the nod. And I thank you for having me here. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed yourself. And you continue to enjoy this. I am around and accessible. Andrew, thank you, sir. And I apologize for talking so much.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. I think we're Did he live up to his introduction?
Yes.
Everybody feeling supercharged? Did we do our job? Yeah. Okay, it's not even over yet. So that's great. Thanks again, Jimmy. He's always doing great stuff. He's going to share information with you. I'm going to share it with everybody as well. Plus, we'll have highlights of the event. So definitely thanks again, Jimmy, for that. We have, let's see. Jimmy. And next we have, well, we're going to have a business card drawing, but I don't have any business cards. So what we're going to do is, after the panel, we're going to do a business card drawing, and I'll just leave this here. So whoever wants to.
You know what? I'll take it around.
Okay, so whoever wants to do business cards. And we're going to have some prizes. And, you know, one of the prizes is, well, definitely some gear. So if you're the Small Business Pro University, we got a gear shop, we got great stuff. So we got a hat, shirt, a couple books. This is my newest one, Masterpreneur Playbook, and workbook. And then I've got my Running Your Small Business Like a Pro. So if you're not able to get it in time from Lakeland Bank before they run out, I've got some on sale there, or you might be able to win in the drawing. So definitely. So now, how are we going to follow up Jimmy at our next event? Any idea? Precious. There we go. Precious, the killer pitch master, is going to be speaking at our next event on July 26th. So hopefully you put that on your calendar. And actually, that is our conference. So it's going to be a full day. So definitely a full day, double the supercharging, and hopefully you can join us